relentlessly accelerating real estate market. Wenner ended. Barnaby, his cherished building, Atrium Residences, a venerable structure boasting impressive Art Deco gargoyles, had been brutally and unceremoniously converted into exclusive, utterly soulless, luxury condominiums. Omen agententious, the callous act of urban gentrifications had, regrettably, rendered Leo, along with several other long-term, thoroughly bewildered residents without tangible homes. Constitutionally, Pippa, hearing of his poignant plight at the communal laundry facilities, where Leo was heroically attempting to fold a particularly truculent duvet, had impulsively, and without consulting single cohabitant, offered Unit 3B as a temporary, wholly unsanctioned refuge. Barnaby, he can stay here. Julian exploded, pinching the bridge of his nose so hard that his vision momentarily blurred into a kaleidoscopic array of culinary implements. Oniton. Mr. Piffle, whose emotional equilibrium currently hangs by a slender thread of his precious crimson charmer rosebush, will, unequivocally, have an acute, highly public, and likely dramatic aneurysm. The Sacred Chronos Collective Residency Protocols, UNI, explicitly forbid extraneous, unauthorized occupants, even if they do possess exceedingly charming anecdotes about municipal sanitation reform. Ephraim Barnaby, or Thorne, however, her pragmatic exterior softened by an unexpected, profoundly maternal surge of empathy, merely sighed. Grayson Julian, the poor, charmingly eloquent man, literally possesses no alternative sanctuary. He recounted, with surprisingly eloquent pathos, traumatized, the intricate challenges of urban homelessness. We can merely offer him shelter for a night or two, a temporary port in the relentless storm of housing insecurity. We shall then, with judicious speed and relentless effort, help him locate a more suitable purely humanitarian intervention, you understand. Bon, traumatized. Pippa, meanwhile, having effectively bulldozed over Julian's feeble protestations with the unstoppable force of her benevolence, interjected brightly, a beatific smile illuminating her face. We ban become to be forwise clean. He even mentioned, with surprising comedic candor, frequently involved the profound spiritual contemplation offered by particularly chilly park benches. Julian, we cannot do ethically subject such an esteemed disco slumber, juvenescently, especially after you mentioned the philosophical insights provided by pigeons. Barnaby at Juliana's chef jacket. She pulled an insistent tug, making it virtually impossible for him to articulate a single, coherent refusal. He was, Julian realized with a defeated sigh, outmaneuvered. Again, equally afraid better judgment. Leo Quill moved into Unit 3B. The initial arrangement, meticulously outlined by Serafina, involved a communal couch in the living room. Barnaby answered him, after delivering a lengthy, profoundly eloquent soliloquy during their very first communal breakfast, on the sensitive, yet undeniably active, bladders of octogenarians and the dire, pressing, urgent need for immediate, indeed absolute, comedy to effective plumbing facilities during the tumultuous hours of night. Ultimately, ended up sharing Julian's bed, Oisley said. Unforeseen, this profoundly awkward nocturnal arrangement, against all odds, led to a remarkably amicable, if deeply unconventional, overnight slumber punctuated by playful, ancien pragist, disperceived youthful decrepitude, and Leo's hilariously detailed theories about Stone Age personal hygiene practices. In Leo, off a beat. The following morning, spry and refreshed, having, apparently, gained significant philosophical insights from contemplating Julian's peculiar nocturnal twitching, announced with profound gratitude that he meticulously picked some particularly fragrant roses for Serafina and Pippa, Keno Algeria, Itmut, Trovech, an appropriate symbolic gesture of heartfelt appreciation for their gracious, if temporary, hospitality, Kofenerby, plucked with utmost care and discernment from the fairest, most vibrant garden Maud could discern within the urban tapestry this very morn. Enticed, Pippa gasped, clutching the fragrant bouquet to her chest. Her large blue eyes widened, detecting a familiar, unexpected aroma amidst the roses. Oh, Leo, they exquisite. Truly a marvel of arboreal elegance. And smell. And they smell unmistakably, exactly like coffee grounds. Followed by an indignant, almost feral, bellow, abruptly shook Unit 3B. It reverberated through the very foundations of the Chronos. Alistair Collective. Alistair Piffle. His name echoed like a harbinger of doom. Only Julian yelped. A fresh wave of primal fight or flight panic washing over him, inducing a momentary cessation of all rational thought, are unequivocally Alistair's meticulously cultivated, highly contentious, witized, annual botanical extravaganza contending prize-winning Crimson Charmer roses, his sacred horticultural treasures. Hide them, quick, before he detects the faintest hint of illicit floral aroma. Bilishend. Serafina, acting with the speed efficiency of a seasoned botanical assassin, grabbed the offending bouquet from Pippa's grasp and, without a single wasted second, shoved them unceremoniously into the unforgiving depths of the garbage disposal closet. Pippa, meanwhile, having interpreted Julian's injunction literally, attempted to physically barricade Leo, who had, inexplicably, been caught mid-story about the migration patterns of sea slugs in the small, perpetually overflowing hallway closet, off in from the attized. The scene was pure, unadulterated farce as Alistair Piffle, his face now a mask of profound apoplexy and horticultural indignation, barged in, nostrils flaring, demanding immediate restitution for his brutally pilfered, meticulously curated botanical treasures. Onobius, my prize roses, pilfered, unceremoniously ripped from their ancestral roots, and Mott distinctly, with the keen visual acuity of an avian predator, observed an ancient scoundrel, who, Mott might add, exhibited suspiciously shifty ocular movements, scurrying furtively up your staircase, Tripper, untintult, with what appeared to be suspiciously freshly plucked botanical specimens, untraumatized. Alistair wailed his eyes, scanning the apartment for clues, his gaze fixed on every crevice, ponatized. His gaze, with the inevitability of a guided missile, landed upon the slightly ajar hallway closet door, from which Leo Quill, who could bear being confined in small, oxygen-deprived spaces for too long, peered out like a startled, silver-haired owl caught in a domestic spotlight. Orgisiple, Julian, thinking with the lightning fast, illogical speed of a culinary improviser in the midst of a disastrous dinner service, seized upon Pippa's entirely accidental, yet profoundly convenient closet gambit, delighted to facilitate this rather unexpected social introduction. May Maud present my venerable Uncle Leo. He possesses a rather charming, if occasionally disconcerting, idiosyncrasy